going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Gore here, and we are live once again on another Tuesday night. And I tell you what, tonight's show is brought to you by Red Nose, Toilet Paper, Runny Nose Central. Feel a little under the weather, but don't worry, I got my Warritos grapefruit drink. We're going to get through this show. It's going to be a good time. We got fun stuff happening, guys. How's everybody? Here's just been like head cold after head cold after head cold. It just started feeling good a couple weeks ago. Bam, got it again. It's that boomerang cold. So, guys, please bear with me because I can tell you right now, I'm going to have to probably sneeze and blow my snot a few times while we're live. But, hey, we're going to make it happen. We all go through this stuff from time to time. So I hope you guys are out there feeling okay because I know I could be doing better. But it's not so bad. It's not really too bad. So we're just going to knock it out, go for it, and have a good time. And see what happens. So, in the comment section, who do we got jumping in tonight? We got, of course, the YouTube's always popping off first. Robert Green, what's going on, brother? I did see that you're not feeling too great either. Dan, how you doing? Who else we got? We got Gary. What's happening? Then, of course, Gary's saying Skeet Reese is one of the 12 nominees for Bass Fishing Hall of Fame. Go Skeet. Gotta love it when he's there. Who else we got here? What else we got? Mike's Camaro and Fish. What's going on, brother? Milton Thompson's in the house. What's happening? Pete's over here on Facebook. So is Doug. We got Frank Jackson in the house. What's going on, Frank? Steve Yuckel, what's up, bro? Bob, what's up? Oh, Bob says he's got it. That's never good. Adam Robinson, what's going on? Tracy, how you doing? Joshua Cruz in the house with one of my favorite things to say. Yo, what's happening? How you guys doing? Daryl Kinney just logging in and saying what's up. Who else we got in here? Jennifer Lude. Good to have you. Former winner. We got quite a few former winners in here already. So we're going to get rolling. Going to get talking, guys. So we just recently wrapped up one of the first, it actually was the first stop on Toledo Bend for the Major League Fishing 2024 format in the Bass Pro Tour. First stop, Toledo Bend. And I tell you what, guys, I mean, we all know that. Let's see here. Is it being? There it is. Okay, my software was being mean, but this right here, this is the hook set right here. Look at that, guys. I was trying to find a picture. It was only videos, and I didn't want to download it and play it too much. Of Cliff Crochet's 11+ pound bass. He called it the fish of a lifetime. It is his personal best. It's crazy. He ended up catching it on his Spirale rods. And if any of you guys have that Spirale rods, you know that thing has got some backbone. It's crazy action on that reel. And of course, he was using a deadbolt. And the crazy thing about that deadbolt has no drag. But this is one of those times where Cliff was wishing it had some drag. Because that 11-pounder on fluorocarbon, he was like, oh, man. And he started having to thumb it, click that button, thumb it, control that fish. And it was pretty stressful for him. But he managed to control that line, control that fish, 11-pound behemoth, and get it in the boat and get himself a bass of a lifetime and put him in a great position for heavy hitters next year. Now, there was some other nice fish caught during that MLF stop. Brent Chapman was able to move his way up the score tracker and make it to the knockout round. Unfortunately, Brent didn't have a fantastic knockout round and wasn't able to go to championship day, but still he put some decent chunks in the boat, some of them Toledo Bend chunks. Now, Brent and Cliff weren't the only ones to get on the Toledo Bend chunks in the bass world. James Elam was also able to get onto some beasts right here, and I believe this was a 7+ pound healthy Toledo Bend bass. So James really putting in some great work. Now, he did a lot of finesse fishing. He did some other kind of spooning technique. Honorable fish. He made it to the knockout round as well, but it just fell apart and had some weather changes, and himself as well as Brent just couldn't capitalize on that final knockout round to get into the championship. And of course, they ended up not making the top 10, but I still love the fact that they were able to get through both those rounds successfully in qualifying Group A, Day 1, Day 2, and Group B, Day 1, Day 2. They were really up there in the pack, did well, and transferred, but just couldn't get through that knockout round, which a whole bunch of guys couldn't make it. Now, Ski Reese he didn't have the greatest of performances on this one, but it happens. That's fishing. And we get in there and we know Skeet, like we said, this guy right here is rumored to be as in the Hall of Fame of fishing here pretty soon. And we hope to see him make it. But, you know, sometimes you struggle. Everybody has bad tournaments, and it wasn't the greatest tournament for Skeet, but he did hook into a behemoth. Look at this thing. He doesn't know what it weighed, but Skeet ended up hooking this behemoth carp on one of his new Skeet Reese rods, and of course, a KastKing icon reel right here. So that just goes to show you that there is some crazy monster fish out there that those KastKing reels can definitely get it after it and get the job done. Looking forward to those new Skeet Reese rods. And while I got that picture up, I'm going to take the opportunity to blow the old snaz. I'm sorry, guys. Just got to do it. Bear with me. All right. So moving on. So that was basically wrapping up the MLF first stop at Toledo Bend. Now we have another MLF rolling up. Stage 2. It's going to be happening at the end of this month, get kicking off pretty good. But one of the cool things about wrapping it up on the knockout round, we had both James Elam as well as Brent Chapman in the knockout round. And when that wrapped up on that bad weather, one of our high-profile, all-time, like big-time fans of KastKing, Melissa Justice, and her son Garrett, both had the opportunity to meet one of their favorite anglers, Mr. Brent Chapman, KastKing fisherman. But they didn't just get to meet Brent, which was awesome. Brent's such a stellar dude, such a cool class act. But they also got to meet James Elam as well. So Melissa and Garrett got to go down there, got to see and experience the event firsthand, and then, of course, meet some of their favorite anglers, and, of course, especially two of their favorite KastKing anglers. So it's a pretty cool thing for Melissa. Glad to see Melissa and Garrett getting to see that. So that's pretty awesome. Pretty cool to see. What do we got going? Oh, Melissa's actually in the chat right now. I can see it here. Yeah, it was awesome. Totally awesome right there. She says it was awesome to meet Brent and James for sure. I'm sure she had a great time. So did her son. That's pretty cool. I was actually excited because she sent me the pictures in private messenger. Check it out. Look who I got to meet. And of course, seeing that, I was like, man, that's just so rad. Like through my journey, you know, the last many different people. And you know, we're all just people. We really are. But it's really neat when we get to meet these people that we look up to or admire or respect profusely. And I can tell you right now, both Brent and James are two great anglers to definitely admire, respect, and look up to. So that's awesome. That's really cool that Melissa and her son got to see that. So now, cruising along right here. This stuff is good, guys. If you guys can get your hands on this, it doesn't taste like grapefruit. It's just such a great drink. It's like a delicious Sprite or something. Not sponsored, just love it. Makes me feel better while I'm suffering through this. So get you some, chill it. It's good stuff. Anyways, it also is great to make like some other alcoholic beverages with. But I'm just saying. But all right, moving on, guys. So one cool thing that we got going on this week that we're talking about, guys, since we're going to shift some gears, is a reel or a series of reels and rods, I suppose you can say, that a lot of people, we do talk a lot about these reels, but I think a lot of people look past them because of what they are. But then I also believe that there's a group of people that get upset with the other people that didn't look past them and are using them for a different purpose. And it's kind of neat to see the different balance going on there. But these are tools of the trade, and they are tools that can do some really neat things for you. And of course, I'm going to talk about, let me grab them right here, our new finessing world in the Kestrel. Okay, so we've had the Kestrel for quite a while. So I know it's not quite exactly new, but of course the Kestrel rods are new for this past season. Guys, this is a setup that a lot of people go, yeah, I don't do that much. And I don't do a lot of like 16th ounce jig. Guys, do me a favor in the comment section. If you own a Kestrel, let me know what you use it for. If you don't own a Kestrel and you're thinking about picking one up or you want to get one, what are some of the intended purposes that you would use a Kestrel BFS or bait finesse, which is the bait caster version, rod and reel, or if you just get the reel, let me know what you would use it for and why. Are you going to use it for like its intended purposes originally in the BFS world of throwing micro jigs? And this is a little bit bigger of a jig for it, but that's part of the thing that I'm getting into. But I mean, this thing can throw, 1/16 of an ounce jigs and like these little hair jigs and homemade things. What are you going to use them for? Like Sean's saying, trout and trout stream is rocket for what? But yeah, so yeah, like Josh Cruz says Kestrel here. Yeah, he definitely uses it. Let me know what you guys are going to use it for. Pete says he's going to be using the Kestrel spinning ultralight for his ultralight fishing, which is perfect. That's great what it's for. Daryl Kenny says a lot of smaller jig stuff. I have 3 Zephyrs. Get into the Kestrel. It's going to blow your mind. We got some really cool stuff coming up. So I obviously have a little jig on there, and I went and I hiked that in to an area called Black River, and I did a bunch of fishing for smallmouth, some really, really tight-lipped smallmouth in a very remote area of a San Carlos Indian Reservation here in Arizona that we had to hike into, and it was such a great option to take that 4-piece rod. It's an IM 8. It's just superb. You don't really think it's a 4-piece rod. You don't believe it at all. You're like, how is this 4-piece rod? The cool thing about that, it acts like a 1-piece, but you can now confine it down into a small thing, a small package, and get into places. Like I said, I backpacked in there, and it was like a 7-mile hike. Now, tell me if you're going to use a baitcaster for that stuff, because a lot of people aren't going to be throwing those tiny jigs on a baitcaster. Now you can. Or are you going to outfit with the SFS, the spin finesse system in the micro stuff? What are you going to use it for? But here's something that I think a lot of people look past. Now, granted, you guys have all heard me. Number one, I use it. Yeah, perfect. Adam Robinson. He says, I want a BFS setup for creek fishing. Dude, I'm telling you, it's a banger. It's a banger. Let's see here. Danny says he'll stick to the spinning setup. Now, that's great. That's great. Now, if you're sticking to the spinning setup because you're more comfortable with spinning gear, or you haven't been able to find a baitcaster that can handle that small, nimble stuff, because let's be real, you get into some situations where you're trying to throw small stuff, small gear, small lures and things, and it turns into a nightmare. It fuzzes, it gives you problems, you're getting backlash, you're getting overrun. It's crazy, right? Oh, right here. Now, see, Josh Cruz can tell you right now. He knows what's up. Proof of how much a beast the SFS is on his Instagram. Dude, I can tell you right now, I'm constantly liking this cat stuff all the time. Dude, Josh Cruz knows what he's talking about. He is always using a lot of that SFS stuff, and he's catching some really cool fish. Now, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Doug, of course, we got to give Doug some props and some love. Last week, I took my Kestrel setup to the creek and my Speed Demon Pro Mag setup to cover both spectrums. It's really neat stuff. Now, what I think a lot of people don't realize, what really got me kind of really opening my eyes to it. Now, I did drop shot with my baitcaster. That's what I primarily first started using when I got my Kestrel. I had 13X finesse braid. Then I ran a leader. Well, when I went out to go fish in that river, I went to a really, really light. I want to say I'm about a 6-pound copolymer in that, or not copolymer, tripolymer, the new tripolymer. I've read that up. But a guy here in Arizona. Oh, hold on, right here. I got to post this one. This is too good not to post. AJ, have you tried Sudafed, the little red ones, 3 days, and you'll notice a difference? I have. But Frank, I just might have to take your advice. Thank you much. So, all right. Appreciate it. Now, my internet is dropping out, guys. I apologize if I pause or if I break up. I can see that my Wi-Fi is struggling. We have a big storm coming in, so bear with me. But anyhow, so one thing that I think a lot of people don't realize that when you're using the BFS or the SFS stuff is you don't just have to use it for throwing those micro jigs, 1/16 of an ounce kind of things like that. You don't have to. Now, one of the things that kind of really got me going and got me intrigued, and I started multi-purposing it. And where did it go? It escapes me here on my desk. Of course, my desk is pretty chaotic right now. Well, I don't see it. If it pops up, I will let you know. But wacky rigging worms, okay? So a wacky rig worm on a Kestrel bait caster is phenomenal. Max Hernandez here in Arizona said that Kestrel turned into his go-to. Now, Max is a heck of a power fisherman, but the dude can finesse as well. So when he took a finesse reel, it kind of mixed it with a kind of a power, mentality. He found, you know what? I want to start skipping and using this reel to throw weightless Senkos. Now he's able to get out there a lot farther, get greater distance with that weightless Senko, get it to areas and give it a whole different presentation in the water column because of the way the reel casts, the type of line he's using on it, and the rod that he's using, different spectrum. But he's also using it to skip under docks. Think about that. Take a weightless Senko and now skip that thing under docks, under overhangs, all kinds of stuff. So that's one thing that where a lot of your BFS guys, they don't like seeing this BFS or SFS system. They kind of get a little upset. And I'm sorry, BFS guys, not trying to step on toes here, but and a lot of other anglers in different spectrums are starting to use. And they're starting to realize this is actually a formidable tool that we can take and use, not just in the BFS world, but now we can do some new things with it, like skipping a weightless Senko in ways you couldn't do before, getting to areas that it wasn't able to happen before. What else we got here? Yes, exactly. Adam Robinson. Guys, if you have suggestions and things that you use them for, let me know in here because I'm telling you, it's something that's just not getting the praise for. BFS is great for Ned rigs, of course. Absolutely. I was going to say, if Jose's in here, I'll talk about the drop shot. Jose's going to talk about that Ned rig. And, of course, a lot of people call them fairy wands. But if you guys look on the MLF last year, the most winning technique that put more fish and more wins on the roster was the drop shot, right? Drop shot and Ned rig is a finesse technique in the bass world that it works. It works. Some people get upset because it's not the machoist way of catching fish, but when it matters, you got to get it going. All right. So now I agree. And we're not done, Melissa. The great info with the Kestrel for different styles. Now check this out. So hold on, let me find it right here. Okay, right there. We're going to let that sit for a minute. But anyways, we talked about the course drop shot. We talked about Ned rig. We talked about the wacky rig and skipping and things like that with the Kestrel. But another great option too that I think a lot of people look past, and I have mentioned it right here, guys. Right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. You guys, if you know what it is, name it. Right here. Now, the MG12 is stellar for this. And these are some big jerk baits, okay? These are big ones. But what about small jerk baits? What about when things get a little tough and you have to downsize? And that's where something like the MG12 and the Kestrel, BFS, and SFS exactly, Adam, exactly. When things have to scale down and you can't throw a larger jerk bait and you need to get out there and cover more water, you're going to want something that can actually get it out there and get it done. Especially in windy conditions, that's where a spinning reel is going to come in handy really well. But if you want to throw a bait caster with a small jerk bait, you can still do that, especially with the MG12, but even better with that Kestrel. You combo that up with like 13X finesse, even some of the fluorocarbons, even that copolymer. You guys are going to actually be blown away how much you're going to dump that spool out there and launch those baits, okay? That is definitely a thing to throw. Now, Gary, you're right, 100%. Right here, micro chatterbaits. Now that right there, okay. I don't have any micro bladed jigs, okay? I don't. But when I went up and was talking about that trip where we hiked into the river on the San Carlos Black River, we caught 100+ fish easy between the four of us. But one gentleman, of course, they call him the human forklift, he happened to have 2 or 3 of those micro bladed jigs. And dude, I'm telling you, once he started tying those on, it was every cast. Like I would catch one smallie every 2-3 casts. When he tied on that micro bladed jig, that was it, dude. Game over, check out. It was just bang, 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 bang. And he started calling it. He goes, watch. Gonna get bit right here. Bam. As soon as that thing would start to flutter and put out that vibration, and I was throwing little jigs with grubs and things like that, but that bladed jig just flat took over and got it done. And of course, you wouldn't be able to throw a bladed jig like that on any other kind of larger reel, or even spinning reels would struggle to throw that small of a jig. But that Kestrel did it so amazing. Adam, you're 100% right. 100% right. The MG12 jerkbait is king. It is amazing. It's mind-blowing. Its thing is bomb, the MG12. Now the MG12, we talk about it. We all know that it's great for jerkbaits. The Kestrel is phenomenally well for micro jerkbaits. And the Kestrel can do well on that as well. But here's another thing that a lot of people don't realize about Kestrel or the MG12. And guys, you got to realize the MG12 is built with a different braking system and a larger spool and a different handle. So essentially the Kestrel and the MG12 are in the same family. They're very similar. They do have a couple different things where they'll excel in different ways. Dude, you want a rocket ship? You want to cover water? Well, that's exactly what a lipless crankbait is great for. It's one of the best search baits on the market. Hands down, one of the best, right? You got spinner baits, you got lipless crankbaits. There's a whole lot of flukes, things like that. You're trying to cover water and get things done. Yes, braking system is smooth. It is. But right here, KastKing make a micro chatterbait. They do not, but there are a lot of other brands out there that does, especially Z-Man. Z-Man is the king of the chatterbait. It's actually their bladed jig. But anyhow, right here, you want to launch and straight cover some water. Throw a lipless on an MG12. It's going to blow your mind. It is phenomenal, guys. It's going to change the game for you. But another thing that you guys, hold on here. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's right here. He says, only small chatterbaits I have found Z-Man makes. I cast them with my Zephyr just fine. Yeah, the Zephyr also is a BFS reel, so it can work. But if you're looking for the Zephyr is a carbon fiber platform, where the Kestrel is a magnesium alloy, 4.4 ounces. It's a more premium. If you're looking for a reel that's going to have a longer shelf life, so to speak, definitely get the Kestrel. Plus the braking system on the Kestrel is just next level too. So if you need, so for micro jigs, like in the 16th of an ounce, it's got a very good braking system, almost real heavy duty for that stuff. But where that braking system really excels over a lot of other reels in that category, when you start to get into the bass world, not necessarily BFS with that reel, that braking system is going to flat outclass the competition. So it's just something to keep in mind on. And with that said, here's something that a lot of people don't think about to throw their Kestrels with. Right here, guys. When you got to get in there, you got to bounce off structure. You got to bounce off trees. Start throwing square bills on a Kestrel or an MG12, and they're going to go great. But if you need to start throwing really small square bills, get into a lot smaller square bills and even smaller than this, you got to slow down. The wind is picked up. Of course, it doesn't want to let me do it. But when the wind picks up, you have to slow down. Things are getting tough. You still need to cast, and you got to go lighter stuff. The Kestrel is going to let you still get that small square bill out there, cover water, bounce it off of debris, rocks, trees, submerged things. You're going to excel right here with square bills on that Kestrel, and that's going to help you put more fish in the boat. Now, we know that we've talked about how the Kestrel and MG12 are great products for bass fishing. But what else can you guys use? Oh, right, exactly. Love my square bills. Oh, check this out. Chris McVeigh with some bombs right there. Let's see here. Chris McVeigh, Omnia has 25% off on all Z-Man products today. So if you guys wanted to get a Kestrel, grab a chatterbait, which is trademarked by Z-Man. I actually need to jump on there because I know that I'm going to end up wanting some more. I told myself next time I got some money to just spend and I need to like stock up, I have a ton of bladed jigs and chatterbaits. I don't have any micro ones, any of the small ones. And after that day out there in Black River, watching a human forklift just flat outclass us once he tied on those small ones, it's done. It's got to happen. So, all right. So what else do you guys think that we could use that a lot of people don't realize the Kestrel is going to be great for, whether it's SFS or BFS? We know that it's great for finesse fishing. We know it does really good, and you can multi-purpose it in the bass fishing world and tournament world. But a lot of people don't realize you can use it in ice fishing. It is a fantastic application when you guys are going to be going ice fishing. This is one way to say, hey, I don't have a bunch of ice rods, but I still need a good package that I can get out there and do a little bit of ice fishing with. It's not perfect for it, but it will get the job done and get it done very well. And the fact that you can use a bait caster to go ice fishing, that's phenomenal. That is killer. Now if you can find a bait caster ice fishing reel and mount that Kestrel on it, dude, game over. That's going to be awesome. Yeah, go ice fishing with the Kestrel. Now, here's one more thing that people aren't thinking about when they're looking at the Kestrel. Granted, you can do a lot of finesse fishing with it, the actual bait finesse systems, SFS systems, spinning or bait caster. So flipping them Senkos and weightless worms and getting a whole different action and getting more water coverage, flat launching and dumping the spool out there and covering water with square bills and lipless crankbaits and things of that nature. But another great thing to use it for, crappie. And we're just about into crappie season, guys. And I'm telling you right now, these Kestrel rods and reel combos, whether it's the spin finesse in a rod or spin and the BFS in the reel right here. Oh, try not to hit my ceiling. These guys right here are going to turn into some of your favorite crappie rods you're ever going to use. I mean, they are fantastic. And before I wrap the show up, telling you guys all about it, I'm going to show you a little sneak peek of something I'm going to show you in a future show. You guys have been asking for it. KastKing is listening. Crappie world. We're coming at you with some crappie stuff. So that's the most I'm going to show you right now. But pick some of that up, throw it on your Kestrel or whatever FSS and BFS stuff you guys want to use. Yes, the Zephyr can definitely get some good things done. Kestrel's just that much better. And then, of course, the MG12, it's going to get it done too. So, yes. That is definitely something to check out. Now, before I let you guys go, because I can blow my nose and I got a sneeze coming, I wanted to also share one more thing with you. And it is going to be the fact that Valentine's Day is next week. And just before we go live on Valentine's Day, you still have time. But I wanted to let you know you have time right now to get it and have it show up before Valentine's Day. Check this out, guys. Buy one, get one free. Are you kidding me? If you do not have foul weather gear right now, buy one, get one free. That right there, ladies or gentlemen, if you have that certain angler in your family, they need foul weather gear. Whether it's in the middle of the summer or middle of the winter, this is a package that serves unbounds of value right there. And to get buy one, get one free, or 50% off, either way you look at it, it's still a killer freaking deal. Of course, you've got some great deals right here. Buy one reel, buy two reels, and get two rods. I mean, look at these things. It just keeps popping, changing around. Crazy good deals. I mean, you guys got to jump online and check out these combo deals from KastKing that is happening. Buy two reels, buy two, get two. Buy two, get two, 40% off. Buy one, get one, 30% off. I mean, these are killer combos to check out. So these are some great deals happening for Valentine's Day, guys. Jump on KastKing.com. Take advantage of those deals and get that special Valentine's angler in your family hooked up. But I'm telling you, that foul weather gear, it's amazing. All day long, it's the bomb. Melissa Justice, of course, I've been talking about dropping her name all day, but she's right. It's amazing. Keeps you dry all day long. If you're freezing, it's a great wind blocker too. So if you're wanting to cut that freezing edge off, that will definitely help as well. Chris McVeigh saying you want to see some crappie rods? Yes. I think we all want to see it. We want to see it. Milton Thompson, he got it way before I got mine. He did. So Milton already has Milton's always ahead of the game, guys. But alrighty, guys, that foul weather. Yeah, Doug, are you guys experiencing foul weather in California? I've seen some flooding. And I tell you what, we've got tons of flood warnings where I'm at. That storm's supposed to hit tonight. It's already raining, but it's supposed to start dumping tonight. And we have flood warnings for the next 3 days where I live. So, Doug, hope you're doing good. I think you and I are in the path of some foul weather. So, hope everybody out there in the country is doing good. and just staying dry and staying warm. And I'm going to try to do the same. I'm going to jump off here, take care of this nose situation I got going on. And I hope you guys are doing good. My name is AJ Gore. I'll see you guys next week. Maybe I'm going to have to give some of this away. Who knows? But tune in. And guys, make sure you're always following us on, of course, TikTok, KastKing USA. Same handle for Instagram, but we also have KastKing Community. And if you're watching us on YouTube and Facebook right now, you already know what's up. I'm going to get out of here, guys. You guys have a great night.